Good morning. It's great to see everyone out this morning. I'd like to welcome you to the 86th Annual Senior Breakfast for the spring to honor our graduating seniors and graduate students from the classes of May and August 2024. At this time, Gabe Maynard will come forward to provide our invocation. Gabe is the Executive Vice President of the Student Government Association. Gabe.
Please assume an attitude of prayer. Dear Lord, I just want to start out by thanking you for allowing us to meet here on this beautiful morning. As we come here to celebrate the graduations of many talented and smart people, please watch over us through our next journeys. This is a large step for many of us, and we are entering a new chapter in our lives. However, we trust you in leading us in the right direction. Lord, please bless the food that is provided for us, the farmers that grew it, the hands that prepared it, and allow it to nourish our bodies. Lord, we thank you for the countless blessings, and in Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Gabe. Oh, that's pretty hot. I should back off of that. I never met a microphone I didn't like. I often get requests about humor, but I may tell a joke or two anyway. Now it's time to laugh. Thank you. I appreciate that. This morning, you've been enjoying the music this morning. Let's give a hand to our MSU Jazz Combo for laying down the soulful soundtrack for our event this morning. Thank you very much. Sounding so nice. We have Gavin Jones on alto sax, Declan Bingham on tenor sax, Nick Main on baritone sax, Beck Schmidt on trumpet, Amberly Tilford on piano, John Sowers on guitar, Sean Howell on bass, Elijah Vowles on drums, and the combo is directed by Dr. Todd E. Hill. Once again, give it up for our Jazz Combo. Also, if you've been enjoying this wonderful breakfast, let's give Sodexo a good round of applause. We're celebrating seniors in my favorite way this morning with all-you-can-eat bacon. That's my favorite. And we're thankful for them for bringing this out, such a wonderful meal that they provided here this morning. Thanks for the staff for preparing the food, the members of SSC and CFSB staff for setting up the arena and getting it so ready for such a wonderful event this morning. I'd also like to thank our Murray State University Horticulture Club for decorating the tables and centerpieces that you see here this morning. Let's give it up for the Horticulture Club. Which, by the way, you can purchase some of these items later at the greenhouse if you'd like to come out for the plant sale. We'd love to see you there. We'd also like to give thanks to a couple of ladies that really are behind this event of making it all possible. Ms. Angela Darnell and Ms. Karen Johnson and the staff of Student Affairs for going such the extra mile to be able to provide such a quality event for our seniors. So thank you both very much. Also, you may have noticed in your service today are members of the MSU faculty and staff providing service for breakfast this morning. Let's thank them for what they've done for us here today and every day. At this time, I'd like to recognize several distinguished groups that are here among us today. All graduating seniors and graduate students from the classes of May and August 2024, please stand up and let us recognize you here today. This group of students represents an enormous amount of accomplishments and hard work that you've put into the last 4, or if you're like me, 5 or 6 or 7 years of your undergraduate career. But it represents an enormous amount of hard work, and I was reminded just Monday night at another event, another awards banquet, when a faculty member said to me, look around, these are the students that in 10 or 20 years from now, we're going to say we knew them when. We knew them when they were students at Murray State, when we saw them reaching their potential in leadership, when we saw them stepping forward and taking on these responsibilities and developing into the professional that they're going to be. And so we're proud that we knew you when right here today. At this time, I would also like to recognize our university vice presidents. Please stand. Jackie Dudley, our provost Tim Todd, and Dr. Don Robertson, our university VEEPs. That's a great group. Dr. Todd, of course, is my boss, and so I think he's the greatest boss I've ever had, and he's the greatest provost. And as a matter of fact, compared to him, all other provosts are practically amateur vosts. He is a provost. Oh, thank you, Eric. One applause here from the provost. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce your president, 14th president of Murray State University, Dr. Bob Jackson.
Dean Parr hurt my feelings. The seniors, good morning. It's a beautiful spring morning and only a few days left before many of you will be walking across this very stage. But I want to you don't have to stand up, but I want to recognize all students again. Some of you will be graduating December. Some of you are juniors I've met this morning, but let's give the students another round of applause and congratulations, especially to those graduating. We have several regents here this morning that I want to recognize. Our chair, Leon Owens, and he'll say a few words in just a moment. Dr. Melanie Schimberger, our faculty regent. Dr. David Wilson, our staff regent. And Ellie McGowan, our student regent. They do a fantastic job each and every day. They work very hard on the behalf of this institution. And let's give them a round of applause. And if you all would stand up so we can see who you are. Thank you all. I'm going to go off script just a little bit, Dean Parr, if it's okay, just very quickly. We have a lot of faculty and staff and families here. They've been an important part of your life over the last few years. And as you go through your studies here at Murray State University, let's give them a round of applause and thank them for all that they've done for you. So, I have a new AI software program, and I asked the question a couple of weeks ago, give me the 3 best pieces of advice from 3 ancient philosophers. And here's what it gave me back. Some of you will know these individuals. This table promised to laugh at one of them. And so the very first one spit out was philosopher Ferris Bueller. And philosopher Bueller said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Seniors. Philosopher Tina Fey. As you go through life, you can't be that kid standing at the top of the water slide overthinking it. You've got to go down the chute. And the last one is philosopher Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss said, you have the brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you're the only one who'll decide where you'll go. So look around once you leave these halls. Go down the chute, and may you always know where to go, as Dr. Seuss pointed out. Personally, I wish you much success and good health, a world filled with peace, and a lifetime of love and happiness. Godspeed to all of you. Best wishes in the months and years ahead. I look forward to seeing you over the next few weeks. And those of you graduating, don't be a stranger. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. At this time, I'd like to invite our chairman of our Board of Regents, Mr. Leon Owens, to the podium to make a few remarks.
Good morning, everyone, and to Dr. Jackson, to our vice presidents, to Dr. Parr, and to my fellow Board of Regents colleagues. It's an honor and privilege to stand before you this morning and just want each of you that are graduating to know how proud we are of you. It's a major accomplishment. It's a milestone in your lives and something that you should be proud of yourselves. I know that this is my 5th or 6th senior breakfast, and I always enjoy each of them. I know that most of you are here to not listen to people stand up in front and give you advice, but that's something that goes along with this. And I know that each of us over the years have gained insight from those who have paved the way for us. And I think for me, I'm gonna have just a few words of wisdom that I would like to leave with you. It's all free, so you can take it or leave it. But the one thing that I think is very important, there are 4 sights that I want you to reflect on as you go on your journey after you graduate. The first one is foresight. Each of us should be able to use foresight. If you look at it and look at a definition, it's the ability to predict, or actions of predicting what will happen or be needed in the future. And from that perspective, you all are needed now, not in the future. Your generation is vital, not just to what's going on in the Commonwealth of Kentucky or what's going on in our nation, but what's going on in our world. So we need you all to be leaders. Insight. Insight is understanding or awareness of one's mental or emotional state or condition. Immediate and clear understanding as you see a solution to a problem or the means to reaching a goal. We need you to have insight to solve the problems that this world faces. Hindsight, the ability to understand and realize something about an event after it has happened. Use your hindsight to learn from the mistakes that have happened in the past so that you can then use your insight to solve those problems. And the last is eyesight, your ability to see, your vision. If your eyesight's not perfect, then you can't see clearly. So I would challenge you to ensure that your eyesight is perfect so you can see clearly and make clear decisions on what needs to happen to improve not only Commonwealth of Kentucky, but the nation and the world. God bless us, each of you. Thank you again for choosing Murray State, and if there's anything that we can ever do to be supportive of you, all you have to do is ask. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Owens. At this point, we'd like to ask Ms. Ellie McGowan, President of our Student Government Association and Student Regent, to speak to our seniors.
All right. Hello, everyone, and good morning. I'm so excited and honored to stand before you all today to bring remarks as the current Student Government Association President. As I look amongst the crowd this morning, I see so many familiar faces that I have had the honor and the privilege of getting to know throughout my time here. However, for those of you who I have not had the pleasure of meeting yet, my name is Ellie McGowan, and I am also a graduating senior in the class of 2024. The Spring Senior Breakfast is always one of my favorite events to attend and to be able to participate in. Last year, I had the opportunity to also address the senior class, and my entire speech was centered around the fact that I wasn't a senior. I used that experience to show those graduating students the impact that they had on our classes and many of the classes who are going to come after us. Now, as I stand before you this year, I want to take time to thank you all and to talk a little bit about the impact that our class has left as well. Think back to the day you first stepped foot on the campus of Murray State University, beginning your college journey. We all know that things that day looked very different for all of us due to one large thing, COVID. Despite what your first day of college physically looked like, I'm sure we can all remember the nerves, the uncertainty, perhaps even the fear of the unknown that filled our hearts and our guts. Yet, despite those feelings of doubt, we all embarked on our own journeys, and today we end up here. Still becoming the people that we're meant to be, but ready to take on the world with a newfound sense of confidence. Each one of you all during your time here has overcome countless challenges, both academic and personal, to reach this point. You've pulled all-nighters, juggled responsibilities, maintained collegiate social lives, and pushed through moments of doubt. But through it all, you've persisted. You've shown resilience, determination, and strength. Being a student at Murray State has taught us so many valuable lessons that have shaped us into who we are today. It has taught us to embrace change as our world constantly evolves around us. It has taught us to step out of our comfort zone, for it is in those moments of discomfort that we grow the most. It has taught us to cherish the relationships formed here, for the friendships that we've made, the mentors who have guided us, and the memories we created together are invaluable treasures that we will keep forever. It's taught us to never stop learning. It's taught us to approach every experience as an opportunity to learn something new. But most importantly, Murray State has taught us to believe in ourselves. Each one of you all in this room today are capable of so many extraordinary things. Trust in your abilities, follow your passions, and don't let setbacks deter you. Remember, the road to success is rarely a straight one, but it's the twists and turns that make the journey unforgettable. This entire graduating class has left such an incredible mark on this university, and I'm so proud to call the class of 2024 my family and my home. I wish that we could spend weeks and months on end celebrating and recognizing the achievements of each and every single one of you who are in this room this morning. Unfortunately, a soon approaching finals week and commencement ceremony will prevent us from doing that. So with that, I just want to leave you this morning with a thank you. Thank you for everything that you all have done for Murray State and this campus. I know that so many world changers and industry leaders sit in this audience today, and I'm so thankful to know you all and to be able to learn from your leadership. I can confidently say that on behalf of the Murray State Student Government Association and all of those who are here with us this morning, that our community will always be in your corner, and whenever you're out tackling world issues and creating solutions, never forget that you will always have a home here at Murray State University. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. Shoes up always, go Racers, and congratulations.
Thank you, Ellie. This morning, we're going to ask Miss Jeannie Morgan to come forward with kind of mixed emotions, right? Mixed emotions. Maybe you can convince her this morning to stick around another 10 or 15 years, but with mixed emotions, to recognize some very special faculty members here this morning. These faculty members represent really those that go above and beyond in service to our students. Ms. Jeannie is going to recognize the winners of the Max Carman Outstanding Teacher Award, the Jim Bauer Outstanding Staff Service Award, and the Ralph H. Woods Memorial Award. So welcome our advisor to our Student Government Association and student organizations to the podium, Ms. Jeannie Morgan.
Good morning. The Max Carman Outstanding Teacher Award. In 1979, the Student Government Association presented the first Max Carman Outstanding Teacher Award. This award is given in recognition of the recipient's teaching excellence as evidenced by his effectiveness and ability to motivate and inspire students in the classroom. This person this year is Dr. Miguel Gomez. The Jim Bauer Outstanding Staff Service Award. The Student Government Association created an award in honor of Jim Bauer, recognizing a staff member that goes above and beyond the call of prescribed duty and dedication with regard to the students of Murray State University. This staff member is nominated by and selected by students. The 2023-24 Jim Bauer Outstanding Service Award goes to Wendy Longworth. the Ralph H. Woods Memorial Award. In 1974, the Student Government Association presented the first Ralph H. Woods Memorial Award. This award is given in recognition of the recipient's outstanding leadership and service in behalf of the student body at Murray State University. The 2023-24 Ralph H. Woods Memorial Award goes to Ellie McGowan. In closure, I would like to say that this is the finest place we ever know. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Morgan. At this time, I'd like to call our Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Don Robertson, to the podium to recognize some outstanding student leaders. Dr. Robertson.
I think Dr. Parr gave me Dr. Todd's job. I appreciate that. I don't know if the faculty would like it very much, though. But, before I introduce some of the outstanding leaders, I do want to say, Jeannie Morgan, thank you for 48 years of service. Let's give her a round of applause. She's been a fixture at these senior breakfasts probably for 48 years, serving students and impacting the lives of students as the advisor to the Student Government Association and student organization, and has done an outstanding job, and you're going to be missed, and thank you for everything you've done for Murray State University and will continue to do. She is one of the legends of the university, so it's after 48 years of service, it's much appreciated. First of all, students, graduates, I just want to thank you, as the others have, for choosing Murray State University. When I get in front of a group, and I've done this several times this week, I always want to thank students for selecting this university, because you're outstanding and you could have gone anywhere you wanted to go, and you selected our institution. We convinced you that this is the place to come and study and have a campus life experience, and certainly I hope we have met your expectations, because you certainly have met our expectations with all your many contributions that you've made to this university. The strength of our university, or one of the strengths of our university, is our student leadership. So I have the opportunity to recognize several of these leaders this morning. First of all, I want to recognize our current Student Government Association. And students, this group has represented you very well in an excellent manner over this year. It has looked out for your interest, has went to you to find out, get your feedback, and has shared that with us in the administration, and has been strong advocates of your needs and how we can make Murray State even a better place. So some of these individuals cannot be with us today for various reasons, but first of all, Jalen Taggart, RCA President, if you would go over and pick up the award. Piper McLean is the Chief Justice. She cannot be here, I don't think. If I've got that wrong, don't come up. Tyler Ware, Vice President for Finance, and Claudia Sweeney, Vice President for Administration, are either working or doing clinicals or in class and could not be here. But we do have Gabe Maynard, who is our Executive Vice President, does an outstanding job. And then, of course, our president, two-term president, Ellie McGowan. And then we are excited about the new SGA administration that'll be taking over, I guess next Wednesday is when they officially become the new group. Again, Jason Taggart to be the RCA president, if you just stand. And Piper McLean is going to return as the Chief Justice. Reed Davenport, which is Vice President for Finance. Ali Khatib is the Vice President for Administration. And Maggie Blazing is the Executive Vice President. And then Brendan Hawkins is the new President of Student Government. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Also, I'd like to recognize three groups of students that add so much to our university. First of all is our international students. We have students from over 55 countries. When I earlier said, students, you could have gone anywhere in the United States you wanted to go. You came to Murray State. These students could have gone anywhere in the world, and they decided to come to Murray State University. So, are any of our international students here today? If so, would you stand so we can recognize them? Thank you for all you've done for the university and for sharing your culture with us. Also, I want to recognize another group of students that are students like myself. They're first-generation students. They're the first in their family to attend college, to graduate from college, and that's a significant accomplishment for any student, but particularly for a first-generation student and for their families. So if you are a first-generation student, and some of our faculty may be first-generation students, please stand so we can recognize you. Congratulations. And then the last group is a very special group also. I'd like to recognize any of our graduates that are veterans or going to be going into the armed forces, or any of our faculty and staff that are veterans, if they would stand and be recognized. Thank you for your service. It's very much appreciated. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Chris Trespass, who's the chair of the Council of College Heads, to come forward, who will present the Outstanding Residential College Student Awards.
Good morning, everyone. So the residential college system was established in 1996 with the goal and mission to foster interaction, engagement, and collaboration between students and faculty and staff around the campus. Each of the 8 residential colleges represents a unique neighborhood, a unique community within the larger umbrella of Murray State University. So in addition to being a racer, each student can identify as either a crusader, an eagle, a raven, a hedgehog, a rhino, a lion, a terrapin, or a shark. Each semester, the residential colleges like to recognize graduating seniors who have served within their residential colleges. These outstanding students have served in many roles. Some of them perhaps have served as the resident assistants of the residential halls. Some of them have served on the residential college councils. These may have been students who helped you move in 4 years ago with the threat of the pandemic. They may have helped you find an intramural team to play on. Regardless of the role that they've played, each and every one of these students has enhanced the experiences of the members of their community. And so the residential colleges can hand out 3 different awards. One of them is the Academic Achievement Award. This recognizes the residential college leaders who have excelled in the classroom. We can hand out an Outstanding Service Award for those students who have given support to the residential college mission and its endeavors. And finally, we can give a Shield Bearer Award. This is the award we give out to the student who probably best embodies the spirit of what the residential colleges are. And so, as each senior is called, I ask that you please rise and come forward over here to Dr. Robertson, Dr. Jackson, and receive your award. So the 2024 Outstanding Residential College Award winners. From Clark College, for academic achievement, Madeline Oxendine. The two shield bearers for Clark College, Madeline Oxendine again, as well as Michael Arnell Brown. From Elizabeth College, for outstanding service, Malia Buckner. And a shield bearer, we have Tony Cheney. From Hart College, shield bearers Jess Fizor and Cameron Woods. From Hester College, for outstanding service, Jamie Myers. For outstanding academic achievement, Dahlia Miller. And shield bearer Grace Klutz. From Regents College, for outstanding service, Kevin Harvey. The Regents shield bearers, Nathaniel Charles Turner and Skylar Clover Lawrence. From Richmond Residential College, the shield bearers are Lily Sanchez and Mary Osborne. From Springer Franklin College, outstanding service goes to Jennifer Armstrong. Jennifer is also winning the Academic Achievement Award. And Jennifer is also one of Springer Franklin's shield bearers. The other shield bearer for Springer Franklin is Gavin Johnson. And from R.H. White College, here we are. Academic achievement is going to Jacob Underwood, and the shield bearers for R.H. White are Jacob Underwood and Sarah Watson. To all our award recipients, thank you for choosing to be a positive influence in your residential college community. You have really made a difference to the students, and the college heads appreciates all your efforts that you have put into what we view as perhaps one of the most important aspects of a student's experience here at Murray State University. And to all graduating students, congratulations on a job well done, and I look forward to seeing you walk across the stage in 2.5 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Trespass. At this time, I'd like to call Jen Caldwell to the podium. Jen is our coordinator for student conduct and special projects, and she's going to recognize our students who have been selected to Who's Who among students at Murray State University. And I will say thank you to Dr. Robertson for allowing me to correct his title as the Vice President of Student Affairs. And as you heard all these leaders from the residential college system, Dr. Robertson actually wrote the book on residential college systems that's been copied by other universities across the country. So what a fabulous legacy that he has here, in addition to all the countless hours of effort that he puts toward our students. Thank you, Dr. Robertson. Jen. Sorry, I gave him your applause.
That's all right. Good morning. I'm going to read off the names, and there are two individuals, Karen and Angela, are handing out the certificates for the Who's Who among Murray State students. So if you're here, please grab your certificate, stand up, and they'll bring it to you, okay? And if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. Catherine Bohannon, Audrey Brumfield, Garrett Burke, Caleb Coyle, Jacob Davis, Julia Dieters, Hannah Erickson, Lauren Irvin, Hannah Foote, Savannah French, Courtney Helmick, Kirsten Holland, Eve Jacobson, Aubrey Keeling, Quinn Litchfield, Kinsley Livingston, Ben McCormick, Ellie McGowan, Keely McKeel, Dahlia Miller, Adriana Odell, Madeline Oxendine, Christopher Patton, Corey Patton, Ryan Potts, Clint Reardon, Gracie Reitenauer, Emily Roach, Kylie Roser, Sion Saylor, Aiden Schweitzer, Sarah Smith, Megan Smith, Matthew Smith, Emily Spindler, my apologies, Audrey Stallings, Claire Thurmond, Delaney Tippett, Drew Wellborn, Kylie Wright, Luke Wyatt, and Allison Zenobly. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations.
Thank you, Jen. In Jen's position, she has two lists of students, and you guys are on the right list this morning, I can promise you. Congratulations for all your accomplishments and being recognized as who's who among our graduates here at Murray State University. Next up, we have Dr. Warren Edminster, the director of the Honors Program, and Dr. Edminster is going to recognize our Honors Diploma graduates.
Thank you. We are extremely proud of every graduate this year, but we do want to take some time to recognize those students who completed one of the honors diplomas. In order to receive the honors, the actual honors diploma, students have to take a series of challenging honors seminars. They have to study abroad at least once, although many study more than once. and they have to write a senior honors thesis over an independent research project guided by a faculty member and defended before faculty as well. So those are honors diploma recipients, and then students who receive the honors focus complete about 80% of those requirements. So I'm going to read out the names of students receiving the honors degrees, and if you will, when I read your name, please stand up and remain standing until I've finished all the names, and then we can recognize you at the end. So receiving the honors diploma is Skylar Baker, Ava Chip, Caleb Coyle, Abigail Collins, Morgan Coop, Entropy Kramer, Sarah Kutcher, Tacey Davis, Liz DeMars, Elise Eaton, Lauren Irvin, Savannah French, Isaac Fulton, Lauren Gilchrist, Katie Gray, Kevin Harvey, Courtney Helmick, Cale Holan, Justin Holder, Kirsten Holland, Alexander M., Eve Jacobson, Ren Jenkins, Gavin Johnson, Caitlin Jones, Benjamin McCormick, Ellie McGowan, Sam Mitchell, Connor Moore, Riley Patonic, Morgan Powell, Clint Reardon, Gracie Reitenauer, Lauren Robinson, Taryn Romaine, Sion Saylor, Liz Sipes, Lauren Smith, Matthew Smith, Megan Smith, and Parker Smith, Emily Spindler, Adeline Taylor, Grayson Thomas, Delaney Tippett, Dawson Troutman, Daniel Wall, Chloe Whitfield, Tamron Wolfork, and Luke Wyatt, and Breonna Young. Receiving the honors focus is Quinn Litchfield, Marion Bailey, Carter Bean, Jeremiah Brockwell, Allie Culp, Hannah Erickson, Hannah Foote, Carolyn Gagan, Jared Gobin, Kelly Gore, Gavin Hager, Jaden Hain, Olivia Hazelwood, Evan Powles, Christopher Patton, Corey Patton, Ryan Potts, Kylie Roser, Layla Russell, Jenna Wiggleton, Emily Williams, and Cameron Woods. Let's give all of them a round of applause, please. And it's the Honors College, Dr. Parr, not the Honors Program.
I'm just reading the script. just reading the script, Dr. Administrator. Sorry about that. The Honors College. At this time, we're going to recognize our outstanding Senior Man and Woman Award recipients. To present these awards, Dr. Chris Trespass, Assistant Professor of Biology, myself, and Dr. David Durr, President of the MSU Foundation and Professor in the Bauernfeind College of Business, to present these awards. I think you're up first, Dr. Trespass. Welcome back.
Hello again. So it is my pleasure to introduce one of the outstanding graduating seniors this year, and that is Caleb Coyle. So what are the qualities and characteristics that make a graduate outstanding? And so consider, if you will, let's go back 4 years ago, all right? We were all in the middle of a raging pandemic, and you were all starting your college careers literally in the presence of a invisible, almost existential threat. Your faces were masked, your classes were remote, and your futures and our futures were anything but certain. But here you all are, about 4 years later, getting ready to walk across this stage. You're going to be graduating. And so you found this success because of your resilience, which makes each and every one of you actually outstanding. So congratulations. However, all right, in order to be the outstanding graduate award winner, we need more than just resilience. So as a pre-med major in the Department of Biological Science, Caleb has faced and mastered perhaps one of the most rigorous curriculums and programs on campus. He has completed multiple courses in chemistry, something that I did not do well when I was in school, 2 courses in biochemistry, 2 courses in cell biology, 2 physiology courses, electives in pharmacology and immunology, and he has excelled in each. And these include, in our department, there are a series of 4 classes, within the pre-med curriculum that we lovingly call the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And Caleb has mastered all 4 of those. And barring a complete meltdown, Caleb will graduate with a near-perfect GPA, a 3.97, I think, if I calculated it correctly, in 2 weeks. Because of these academic achievements, Caleb has earned membership into the prestigious Alpha Lambda Delta Honor Society, the National Honor Society of Leadership and Success, the National Society of Collegiate Scholars, and most recently, Phi Kappa Phi Honor Society. Caleb's talents are not just limited to his coursework. Caleb approached me about 3 years ago to complete his honor thesis work in my lab. And he's been actively engaged in independent biomedical research since then. So my lab explores the conserved molecular and cellular pathways that regulate fertility in animals. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail there. It's fascinating, but we don't have time for that. Within this lab, we use a tiny soil nematode. It's only literally a worm. It's only about 1 millimeter in length. You have to use a microscope to actually visualize this. And we use this worm as a model organism to dissect these pathways. So Caleb joined the lab, and we use this worm because at a fundamental level, right, both humans, animals, all animals, worms, we all share very, very similar characteristics. And so Caleb was interested in using these shared characteristics in the worm as a model organism to look at an intriguing biological problem. So he took what we were doing in the lab in a new direction, using carefully crafted strains and powerful microscopes, as well as a very discerning and patient eye. Caleb has been looking at individual neurons within these worms, and specifically mapping the rate of neurodegeneration, how these neurons disappear or get damaged over time. And neuron by neuron, worm by worm, day by day, Caleb has meticulously documented the rate of neurodegeneration, and has found that worms that have a specific mutation, this neurodegeneration increases more quickly than they would if they did not have this mutation, which, again, may not seem interesting until you realize that this exact same mutation, right, this mutation is in a gene in the worm that we also have as well. So Caleb has been using this worm to track a neurodegenerative process that very likely takes place within humans as well. And so this has provided great insight, or likely will provide insight into how all neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's disease works and progresses in humans. And so Caleb has shared this work at the Kentucky Academy of Sciences last November, and the work that he established essentially in the lab will go on to become a big part of what we look to do in the future. Finally, I would also like to recognize the outstanding contributions Caleb has made to our community. Caleb has held several executive positions within the Honor Student Council, as well as serving as an active member on the Pre-Health Professionals student organization, all 4 years that he's been here. When the Honors College needs an ambassador or someone as a representative, they turn to Caleb. When the university needs a representative from the Presidential Fellows, they turn to Caleb. When the biology department needs someone to talk to students about what to expect course-wise and curriculum-wise, we turn to Caleb as well. In addition to all of this philanthropy and service, he's been working part-time at the Murray-Callaway County Hospital, ER, as an ER tech, and these shifts often are overnight, so when you are all sleeping or studying for your exams, Caleb is up at night taking care of members of community who are coming in who need emergency services. But perhaps his passion for service is best represented by his role as the founder of the Murray State chapter of the MedLife Foundation. This is a service organization that is committed to providing health care, resources, and support in underserved communities in South America. And under Caleb's able mentorship, Caleb took this, essentially contacted the office, started the chapter. He recruited individuals to join this, participated in the fundraising, and all his efforts allowed him and several other students actually to travel down to Peru last year to to provide medical and infrastructure support to the impoverished communities down there. Caleb will be attending the University of Kentucky Medical School in the fall. He had multiple options. He got accepted into several schools. He chose UK. And he is planning on pursuing a career or additional training to be a surgical or emergency medicine specialist. So when we look back, why did we select Caleb to be our outstanding graduate? Resiliency, you all have that, but we add to that dedication, leadership, innovation, and compassion. Right? All together, right, in many ways, we can consider Caleb to be a very inspirational individual. Caleb has all these virtues. I think you'll see our next two representatives also will have these exact same virtues. This is why Caleb and our other graduates, our outstanding graduates, continue to have outstanding experiences and will go on to do outstanding things in the future. So, to Caleb, congratulations. And thank you for inspiring us.
Thank you, Dr. Trespass. And once again, congratulations, Caleb. Well done. So it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our next outstanding senior. This one is very special to me in several different ways, and I'll tell you some of the things, but she really needs no introduction to this crowd. Ms. Ellie McGowan, who has served as a leader here in the Student Government Association, as president, and as a student regent, and has served in so many different roles that have been recognized already this morning. Ellie is a leader and has been a leader for several years now, and really has taken this leadership not just locally here, which, by the way, is another one of the characteristics that I would like to add is grit, being able to get in there and get the job done whenever the job needs to be done. Ellie's always there to get the job done whenever we call on her and ask her for her services. She works for us in the dean's office there in the Hudson School of Agriculture, and always there to lend a helping hand, has worked with us in the dual credit program and in several different roles over the last few years. But Ellie has had the chance to take this leadership not only to a local level here, but as well as to the state level in working as an intern with the Kentucky Pork Producers, as well as the Kentucky FFA Association and the Kentucky FFA Foundation in internships that influence students across the Commonwealth. And then she's gone even further than that, as her influence and her leadership has expanded onto a national level. Ellie has served as a House Oversight and Accountability Committee intern in D.C., and has also served as a congressional intern in Congressman James Comer's office. She's been with us on multiple congressional visits and delegations, really to provide you the things that you have here at Murray State. She's accompanied us, Chairman Owens and President Jackson and others on these trips to be able to go there and describe to these politicians why it's important that they support Murray State University and what it means to students in terms of their future and how it will affect them in their preparation for their careers. As a matter of fact, I was in Washington, D.C. just a few weeks ago now, and as I was talking to representatives, different staffers in two different offices, they both told me that they were practically arranging an arm wrestling match to see who gets to hire Ellie permanently. Very sought after in our nation's capital, and I know that she's going to do great things. She is definitely one of the students that I have in mind whenever this faculty member says to me, we'll get to say we knew them when. And this is when. We're very proud to know her, very proud of the things that she's done. A couple of things also that I'd like to add to that, she's a phenomenal role model. I have the pleasure of having my own daughter here as a freshman at Murray State this year, and Ellie is definitely one of the students that I've told her early on, you watch Ellie, you do what Ellie does, and you'll be successful. Her leadership skills are influencing students on just an everyday basis. And as much as I'd like to pretend like I'm the dean and I have the answers, Ellie influences me on a daily basis to be a better leader, to be a better communicator, to be a better person, frankly. And so I'm thankful for that. And then beyond that, so Ellie serves as the student regent, and I don't know how familiar you guys are as students of what the student regent does, but the student regent serves on the governing board just like Chairman Owens and just like the other regents that are on the board, and has the responsibilities of making decisions for our university. As she sat on that board of regents, she made the decision to hire me even. So thank you, Ellie. Based on the recommendation of our president, her and her other regents chose to hire me as the dean of the Hudson School of Agriculture. And so there have been many influences that Ellie has had for our university, for the School of Agriculture, for the state, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, across the nation. She's served, as I mentioned before, as our student government president 2 terms, served on the Board of Regents 2 terms, and has had a tremendous influence in improvements that we've seen across campus, of renovations and other activities that you see that make Murray State a better place. Ellie has been at the table, sometimes in hard decisions, sometimes long conversations, sometimes things that are there for really not much thanks, but thank you, Ellie, thank you. We're proud of her for the things she's done. She's represented us as a Hudson School of Agriculture ambassador as she travels around. And we believe in recruitment. We believe in recruitment as we step into high schools, the FFA chapters, other situations where we try to explain to those students the benefits that they could receive from getting a degree here at Murray State. And we're so proud to have Ellie leading those charges as an ambassador, going out and meeting with those students. She serves statewide as the Kentucky Board of Student Body Presidents and even as the chair in that organization. And so her influence is definitely recognized across the state. She's currently in our Accelerate program in the master's degree, and we'll be happy to have her as at least a 2-time graduate of the Hudson School of Agriculture. She served 2023 as Miss Murray State University. She's been on the dean's list every semester that she's been here. And we're very proud of her for those activities and really the performance of not just being available as a leader or as a friend or as a mentor, doing this all with academic excellence still at the top of her list of what she's here to achieve. And so it's so much to take in. It's so much to be able to accomplish at a young age. We're so very proud of her. I was thinking when Dr. Edminster was up here a few minutes ago, recognizing our honor graduates, Dr. Edminster in the Honors College, I was a graduate that really made their degrees special. Without graduates like me, it wouldn't mean much. Hey, thank you, Kendrick. Thank you. I'll be here all day. We are really proud of Ellie and everything that she has accomplished, and it is just a phenomenal opportunity to be serving as the dean at the time whenever she comes through here in the Hudson School of Agriculture. She's served in several civic activities, including the Arthritis Foundation and supporting that cause, the literacy incentives in local schools, along with Hope Calloway, and has been a student volunteer and event coordinator at our large agritourism event, Fall on the Farm, for several years now. So as Dr. Trespass mentioned, these qualifications, these qualities that were mentioned before definitely hold true in Ellie's influence, in Ellie's leadership, in her impact that will be seen throughout many years in the Hudson School of Agriculture. Once again, congratulations, Ms. Ellie McGowan. At this time, I'll ask Dr. David Durr to come to this podium for another special introduction of Outstanding Senior.
Well, good morning and congratulations to all the seniors. My name is Dr. David Durr, and I am a finance professor in the Byron Fine College of Business. And it is truly my honor to be able to introduce another outstanding senior graduate, Dahlia Miller. Dahlia, you may have heard the term Renaissance man or Renaissance woman before. Well, what does that mean? Well, my source on the subject is Wikipedia, because I haven't had the benefit of a distinguished lecture from Drs. Irvin, Pizzo, or Callahan, but I read that the Renaissance was a rebirth, a cultural, artistic, economic rebirth. And Renaissance man or woman? Well, that term would have described someone who had been cultured, knowledgeable, well-educated, proficient in a range of fields. They would be charming, witty, able to dance, write poetry, sing, and play music. Madame Marie Curie, Nikola Tesla, examples from the past. Today we might point to Mayim Bialik, Donald Glover, Elon Musk, maybe as modern-day Renaissance men and women. But every now and then, we cross paths with someone who has the potential to one day rise to that level of acclaim. And that, folks, has happened to us today. Because all of our trajectories at this point in time have crossed paths with Dahlia Miller. Now, my path first crossed with Dahlia a few years ago. I did not know her name. I did not know her, but Dahlia knew who I was. And she would greet me with a smile and a, "Hello, Dr. Durr," whenever we would pass in the hall. A semester later, when she was in my class, that's when I realized how special of a person that she really is. In the classroom, she has no equal. She is engaged and engaging. She contributes and she participates. And like other great leaders, Dahlia makes everyone around her better, including the professor. Dahlia has a cumulative GPA of 4.0. Her major is finance with a financial planning concentration. And as a student athlete, volleyball, she has to balance her academic responsibilities with 20 plus hours per week of practice, conditioning, film study, team meetings, travel and matches. As a student athlete, Dahlia has earned so much recognition. There are too many accolades to list here, but a few of them include the Arthur Ashe Award, the Murray State University Diversity Achievement Award, Missouri Valley Conference Scholar Athlete First Team and Scholar Athlete of the Week, Missouri Valley Conference Defensive Player of the Week multiple times. And in 2023, Dahlia had 50 digs. I think that's it. 50 digs in a match. This set a Murray State University record, a Missouri Valley Conference record, and ranks 9th all-time in NCAA history. As a leader, Dahlia has served as president of Beta Gamma Sigma, which is the International Business Honor Society, and is a member of the Intercollegiate Athletics Council. Dahlia is a superstar. As a parent, she's the type of daughter you would hope for. As a student, as a teacher, she's the type of student that you really appreciate, professors, and that you will remember forever. As a coach, I'm sure she's the student athlete that you want to build your program around. And as a friend, I can only suspect she's the one that you can always count on. She's going to be that true friend that everyone longs to have. So let's quickly revisit the characteristics of Renaissance woman and see how Dahlia measures up. Cultured person, check. Knowledgeable, well-educated, check, check. Proficient in a wide range of fields. Check. Able to dance and sing. Okay, maybe a work in progress there. Charming and witty. Check, check. Dahlia qualifies. You know, the influence of the Renaissance persisted long after it ended. Well, the influence of Renaissance woman Dahlia Miller is just getting started. And like the great thinkers and influencers of the past and present, I have no doubt that Dahlia's contributions to this world will be relevant, many, and long-lasting. Dahlia Miller.
This morning, Ms. Carrie McGinnis from the Alumni Association was scheduled to be with us here to provide some
Thank you, Dr. Durr, and once again,
information to our graduates,
congratulations to our
but Carrie has been
outstanding
called out due to an emergency. This morning, we have Mr. Walter Seeley, who's from Development, to say a few words in her place. So, Walter, I know you don't want to get in the way of the pictures, so I should have had some jokes stored up for just a time like this. What a coincidence, Dr. Todd. Thanks for being here, Walter.
Well, good morning. Like Dr. Parr said, my name is Walter Steele, and I'm the Assistant Director of Annual Giving for Murray State's Office of Development. On behalf of the Office of Development and the Murray State Alumni Office, I would like to say congratulations. Just a few short years ago, I was in your shoes, and it didn't really seem real, and it still doesn't really seem real that my time at Murray State has already been up for 2 years. But like I said, congratulations, you did it. Just a couple quick things. If you've noticed, you have some flyer stands on the table in front of you. So on one side, there are some information about some alumni association events. If you didn't know, as a new graduate from Murray State, you get a free membership to the Murray State Alumni Association. I believe that's for 2 years, but all you have to do is scan that QR code, sign up, and you'll be a member for the Alumni Association for a year or two. Next, below that is our Racer graduation kickoff, which is Friday, May 10th. Here in the CFSB Center upstairs in the concourse, starting at 3 p.m. and that runs till 5 p.m. It says, please don't forget to RSVP by May 6th. And on the back side of that is some information about our Be Bold for Good campaign. This is a new student philanthropy campaign that we have just recently started as a way for students to give back to Murray State. This is a great way for you seniors to start giving back to the finest place we know, just as a thank you for everything that this place has done for you. So starting out, this donation goes to the Racers Helping Racers Food Pantry, which just recently celebrated its 10th anniversary on campus. This is a great cause to help your fellow students in the Murray State community to make sure that all students have access to the resources they need. So if you would like to learn more or donate to this program, you can visit me up in the concourse after the breakfast, and you'll receive a pin. The two designs are at the top of that flyer that you will be able to wear on your graduation gown. Again, thank you for being a Murray State student, and please don't forget to come back and visit us.
Thank you, Walter. Once again, I'd just like to say congratulations to our graduates this semester and thank our faculty and staff and others who have come out to celebrate them this morning. This is truly a momentous occasion that's worthy of recognition, as I mentioned, in the greatest way, with unlimited bacon. So thank you for being here this morning, and congratulations once again. Our final performer will be Tracorion West, who is going to lead us in our alma mater. Tracorion is a music major from Hopkinsville, Kentucky, if everyone will stand, I think the words are there on your table in front of you. If you don't have them memorized, you can sing right along.
In the heart of Jackson's Purchase, 'neath the sun's warm glow, is the home of Murray State, finest place we know. May we cherish thy tradition, hold thy banner high, ever guard thy name and glory, live to do or die. Through we leave thy halls forever, many miles go hence. May our love for alma mater only have commenced. May we cherish thy tradition, hold thy banner high, ever guard thy name and glory, live to do or die.
Shoes up, go Racers. You're dismissed.